Hey friends, glad you made it back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Dwayne and you are watching the Williamsons. So, we had some house wrap put onto the building. There it is. And we're about to put some siding on. Not exactly. I got to pause on this because the quail are starting to pop out of their little playpen and walk around the garage. So now I have to build a quail cage. If you see here, they are literally poking holes through the net, the mesh, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, they're walking around the garage. We put duct tape on and tried to keep them in there for the time being. Not working. So yeah, pause on this. I gotta build some cages. It's not as hot outside today as it usually has been, which is a blessing, but yeah, I'm just gonna try to get this going as quick as possible. And this is my method. Let's get the screws started, then we're gonna put some glue in between. I don't know, did Big Mike have a video on quail cages? Big Mike, Empty Homestead. I don't know if you have a video on quail cages. We've been watching videos about your quail and how to deal with them that way, but I don't think we looked up anything on Empty Homestead's channel on how to build a quail cage, if they even have that.
Check it out.
Might have to check it out. Hi, Terry. Okay. Up some glue on both sides here. I'm gonna start screwing these things together. Let's keep that here like that. Yeah! All right. I got my nails, or screws, I mean, kind of halfway started. Let me get this going again. Hold that here. Perfecto. All right, let's get the other side on now.
All right.
Dang it, I'm gonna glue on the deck.
Where?
Right
Oh, yeah.
Let's tighten that up a little bit. Come on. Oh, son of a... Piece of crap.
So, should I shimmy it out? Or how you want to do this?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, that's fine like that. Get a little bit of glue on it. I don't think we need like a crap ton. Dang it.
Oh, they have glue on your fingers? You want a paper towel?
Yeah. It's gonna get gluey. Alright, paper towel. Paper towel. Side piece. Top. Cage, cage, cage. Legs at the bottom. I'm gonna repeat this for the other side, obviously. And then we'll work on front and the back beams. Yeah, a lot of fun. Let's go build another one. Oh. Let's see what we got there. I'm really thankful that we don't have people in the comments saying like, that's not how you do that. That ain't how you do it. You measured it wrong. I'm sure it's coming, but I haven't gotten any of that yet, and I'm very happy about that. You build your quail cage however you want to build your quail cage. This is how I'm building mine. All right. All right, let me just double check now after I do that. Make sure it's the same as the other one. Man, as soon as I say it's not as hot as it's been, it starts cooking up. All right, I'm just pre-screwing in. Dang it. But you can get an idea now of the shape of this thing. Clearly there's a lot more that needs to go into doing this, but this is the shape. All right, I'm going on that side. Someone called me Bob the Builder, Dwayne the Builder. Who said that? Was it David Glunt?
I don't remember.
One of you guys.
I think it might have been CT.
Oh, was it CT?
It might have been. I don't remember. I have to go back and look at the comments.
Well, we get it done. All right, I had to switch my hat. It got so hot out here. So I took off one Alabama hat and put on another Alabama hat. All right, let me put some glue on this and then we'll screw this in. Get a little water first. A little water. Also, guys, if you happen to be, you know, a fan of what we're doing here on the channel, you can show your support by purchasing one of these things. Look at that. Go down and look at that stuff. We got some good stuff in the shop there. This is gonna be a freaking mess. I already know it. Huh. Yeah, it looks about right to me. Oh. Oh yeah. All right. I'm just gonna go back and forth. That way it's, all right. Really looking forward to getting down to our friends Mike and Sid down in Mississippi. I know Mike and I were talking, and he wanted to build kind of like a shed deal, sort of like what we have here. And I'm pretty confident between he and I that we will be able to get that done fairly quick. Also, maybe we should change it up a little bit, right? Are you guys sick of just seeing this building stuff? We might have to switch it up a little bit just for your entertainment.
All right, friends, so this is what we have so far. We have the shell fully assembled. Storm just ran in the house. We got to close the door before she let the puppy out. So we have the shell assembled so far. And it looks really good. Dwayne is opening up the hardware cloth that we're going to use to start putting the walls and the floor together. So I'm going to flip the camera around so that way you guys can get it up close look. And here we have a nice little setup. This is perfect. And another thing too is that once we start the whole process, once the quail start laying eggs and we start incubating and hatching our own eggs, we're probably going to need another set of the stacking cages. So we went ahead and measured the interior wall of the 8x8 shed, and even though it's in progress, we still can get an idea of, like, as far as the width of the wall, how many cages we could fit. And we could comfortably fit 2 stacking cages, or 2 sets of stacking cages. I don't know what that is. We have some wild critters in our backyard. But yeah, gonna get these finished up, and then we are gonna bring the cage into the garage and move the quail into their new home.
Well, it's the next day, guys. So, where we left off, I was putting the mesh on this build right here. Guys, let me just show you. So I honestly, I went a little bit further. I started adding, the trim on it. The mesh is on. Everything is coming together very nicely. See that? Looks good. So I have some plywood over here, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to add plywood to the top and the back of this. So this build is not my own. If you want to see how this build actually comes out, you want to go to Koternik's Corner. This is who I based this build off of. I will say that there are some flaws. There's some flaws. So it's some of the measurements are off from his video, and you can still get it done. You just have to improvise a little bit. So if you're pretty handy, you'll be able to improvise. Now, I did not know that my buddy Big Mike over at MT Homestead actually had quail hutches. I discovered that after the fact, because I probably would have went with his build over this one. But if you do want this build, the stacked cages, you can definitely go to Coternic's Corner. That's who I got this idea for this build from, because one thing is I'm always gonna give credit where credit's due. Like, this isn't mine. I'm not gonna pass it off as my own, because that's kind of corny. But yeah, back to it. I'm gonna go ahead now and cut this plywood, start screwing those in, and then I'll be able to finish putting the wire mesh on the sides, get these doors put together, and yeah, wire mesh those, get the hinges on. This thing should be done, and I would be extremely happy, because those birds are psycho. They're psycho. All right, let's get back to it. We got a plethora of things going on here. We got some rabbit stuff out here Chantel's trying to take care of. We're moving out of the garage. We're gonna move some things around. I was cutting over on the other side by where the shed is, but I mean, since I'm building this thing on the deck, I figured let me just put it on like a little wagon and see if I can get it cut this way, just so it's easier to move onto the deck. Whew. Now at this point, safety's off. See how I did that, Sid? All right. Had to switch hats on you guys again, started heating up out here. So the other thing was, when I said that this build has some flaws, it really does. So this piece here, where the cage is and it's connected, there was no wood here on the original build. This one was here, but this one wasn't. So there was a gap in between, a 2-inch gap, which could definitely be a problem, especially if you have birds in there. So we don't want them falling through that little 2-inch gap, even though I don't think they will. Eggs probably could, but that was one of the problems that I was talking about. So I had to add some more 2x2 so that we can get the mesh on. So I'm gonna hook you guys back up on the tripod, and I'm gonna pull this mesh over and I'll show you how I'm doing it. I mean, I'm just stapling it in. That's really all I'm doing.
Shoulders down, chin up, eyes face forward. Just look out what you're going toward. Peripheral catches your bluff, and all you notice, I've got you staring. It's okay because I'm pretty and I know it. Tell me anyway, pretty and I know it. I'm pretty and I know it. Tell me anyway, pretty and I know it. Anywhere that I may go, you don't see me, to see me. You feel it. Oh my action show. You can call it pride, but I can look you in the eye and say that I'm nice and know that I'm not lying. I can sleep at night, just knowing that I'm so kind, that I have a light and I cannot hide.
Now, could you do this with like a regular T50 hand stapler? Of course you can. It'll probably tear your hands up something good, but yeah, just cheap little electric pop 'em in.
Tell me anyway. I'm pretty and I know it.
So basically, Chantel had to come out and help me because we want a little easier cleanup. So we went ahead and put some vinyl on one side of the plywood, and boy, I messed that up. I'm not the crafter she is. So she had to come out and do the other side because I just messed it up. But here it is. Look at that. You can get one side wiped down. Came out pretty good. All right, friends. So I got the top one completely done, right? It's all caged in. I went ahead and framed out the door and put some hinges on. Got a little latch here, little door handle. Good to go. So now I just need to do that 2 more times. All right, let me give you a little closer look at that. So this is it. It's all caged in. We got the back wall on. Like I said, we put some vinyl on the back just to make it easier to clean. Got the trays in. And it's all buttoned up and solid. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. I've got a crazy gap here. You see what I mean? Like it's not perfect. The door does divot in a bit, and that's because I didn't have enough room to put this latch down at the bottom where I wanted it because the gap was so wide. So I had to put it up here. Again, it's not perfect, but is it gonna hold them in? Yes, it will. So now, just gotta do here and here, and this thing will be done. And boy, am I ready for it to be done. So, starting to lose light again, but hopefully this doesn't take me too much longer to get these last 2 done. All right, stay with me. It just keeps getting darker and darker. And then you hear those cicadas, they're like, hi, we're awake. Get your butt inside. All right, let's get these things on. Cicadas, man. They loud and proud. That's on there. I'll kind of reinforce it, pretty it up or whatever. But for now, that's on there. You know, all right. I'll tell you guys what, this is what, the 2nd day in a row? Like, there's no way I'm not gonna finish this tonight. This is done. These are the last ones I gotta do. So this is getting done tonight.
The flowers bloom in springtime, the leaves fly in the fall, but we have one another through the changes of them all. These unspoken ones.
All right, family. Look who decided to join me at the end.
What? I was doing a lot. I was cleaning up the kitchen. I had to really do a good deep clean of the refrigerator. I went to the grocery store. I started cooking dinner. So there was a lot. Doing laundry. And of course, I had to stay with Phoenix. She can't be left unattended. So you had this.
Anyhow, it's all done. I told you guys I was determined to get this done. Let me flip you around really quick. So we got all the cages on and the locks. Yeah. First level. Here's the second level right here. See that? Third level. And we got to peel that plastic off the bottom of that tray so that they're all kind of clean and neat. But it came out really, really nice.
Yeah, it came out fantastic.
I would say that we lost a lot of the light due to the simple fact is, again, nothing against Katernik's Corner, but this had a lot of flaws, and I had to keep running back and forth to Lowe's to actually get supplemental pieces of wood and things like that to make this work. But again, if you are into the quail stuff, I would advise you to check out our friends Mike and Terry over at Empty Homestead. Mike has a lot of informative videos on Katernik's quail. So this will be it for this video. I don't know why she's standing off on the side like that. You want to stay tuned to when we actually have to put the birds into this cage, and I have a feeling it's going to be a crazy video.
It's going to be crazy because we'll probably... Are you going to help put the birds in?
Yeah, sure.
You are? Because I was going to get Julian.
I think everyone should get all hands on deck for this.
All hands on deck for real.
'Cause those birds are crazy.
Yeah. Not to mention, I think we're a little bit dramatic anyway. So
You are dramatic.
I am not dramatic.
Okay. All right, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we will catch you in the next one.
Bye-bye.